Welcome to Sally Melodies classroom where we learn basic music. We are still in melody writing and this is our lesson 2. Today I thought it is good we know the characteristics of a good melody so that when we start writing, we shall have an idea of what we are required to do. Music has got tough rules that need to be followed so that you give the best. So, characteristics of a good melody. All melodies are good. All melodies are good because we are talented differently. But still, we have guidelines. We have tips. We have rules that you need to consider when writing those melodies. Number 1, it should be simple to sing and remember. It should be simple to sing and remember. When you are writing your melody, make sure that when we hear that melody and we sing it today, tomorrow we shall also remember what we sang. Ensure that when you write that melody and we sing it today, tomorrow everybody will be remembering what was sung yesterday. That's what we mean that it should be very simple. Some songs are very hard to remember. You try to remember how it was sung and then you can't recall. So ensure that the melody is very simple for everyone to enjoy singing. And then number 2, it should have manageable leaps. If possible, use steps more than leaps. Again, it should have manageable leaps and if possible, use steps more than leaps. What do we mean by leaps? It is the distance between one note to another. For example, let's say from do to mi, that is a leap. Because in between here, there is another note, which is re. And then, a step is from maybe do to the next. It is just a step. But this is a leap. Even from mi to la, or from so to ti, that is a leap. But a step is from maybe so to la, or mi to fa. From the note to the next. So we are told that the leaps should be very manageable. Like for example, you cannot come from do and then you go all the way to la. This one is an interval of 6 notes. That one, it is not manageable. But maybe you can come from do to fa, or do to so, or do to mi. But again, we are told that if it is possible, you minimize the leaps, you use the stepwise instead of leaps. But even the leaps are okay, but ensure that the distance between the note to the next note, it is not too long. You make it shorter so that the person who is singing will be able to sing do, mi, do, re, do, fa, like that. Number 3, it should have a repetition of rhythm, notes, and pattern. Yes, it should have a repetition. What do we mean by repetition? Okay, I can use this. Repetition is a repetition of notes. You can say do, mi, re, mi, do, mi, re, mi, fa, re, do, re, do, ti, do. I have repeated do, this one and this one, mi, this one and this one, re, this one and this one, and then I have another do here, I have a re, and then I have a ti. Do, mi, re, mi, fa, re, do, ti, do. Do, mi, re, mi, fa, re, do, ti, do. And you can see that I go I move forward, I come back. I move forward, I come back. I move forward, I come back. Manageable steps, manageable leaps. And then, that is the repetition of notes. We also have repetition of pattern or notes pattern. Okay, you can also have a repetition of the rhythm. For example, here in bar 1, we have 2 crochets, a set of quavers, and another crochet to make it 4/4. Ta, 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 te, ta. Ta, 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 te, ta, ta, ta. So, this rhythm here and this one here, it looks the same. So that is what we mean by repetition of rhythm, notes, and pattern. Number 4, it should have a purpose. When you are composing a melody, ensure that it is serving the purpose. You can't start with a melody talking about environment and then somewhere at the middle you change the story. It should have a purpose. It should have notes variation. It should have notes variation. Notes variation is that you cannot use only crochets, minims. No. You can split these ones into semiquavers, quavers. You can break that crochet into a set of 2 semiquavers and 1 quaver so that it can have a very sweet rhythmic flow. So that's what we talk about notes variation. Let those notes vary from maybe from a crochet. You split that crochet into other smaller units of notes. That's what we call notes variation. If you use 2 crochets here in this bar, maybe the next bar you can use quavers or semiquavers. That is what we call notes variation. You should have a variety of notes. Number 6, it should have a clear point of repose. A point of repose is like, okay, it's a cadence. It is where you put a rest and then you continue. That is what we call a point of repose. You cannot sing the whole song or maybe like 6 bars without resting. You can put like 4 bars going across or 8 bars and then you have a repose, a point of repose or a cadence, and then you continue. That one will give you, remember we learned about rests, but now here we are talking about cadence, which we are going to look at as we continue making our melody. We shall see what a point of repose is or a cadence when we start composing in a more detailed manner. So just indicate in your music or melody, indicate the point of repose or cadence where people should have a rest as they continue to the next phrase. And then it should have a clear phrasing. It should have a clear phrasing. When you are writing your melody, ensure that the phrasing of the words, the phrasing of the notes is singable and accurate in such a way that people will be able to get it quickly and to sing in a simple manner. So, those are some of the characteristics of a good melody. So, if we can consider all these rules and other rules that we are going to be looking at as we go on, then we are going to be making good melodies. Thank you very much for joining this class. See you in the next class.